Yo, what's happening, people, and welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast. We're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way.
Yes.
Now, it's been a crazy weekend of Premier League football drama everywhere. This is going to be a good episode. So, also some of the teams, if you watched the episode last week, some of the teams that we didn't touch on last week, we will touch on this week. Speak about them. Liverpool, namely, being one, because I feel like Liverpool have been getting away with it, especially on this pod.
Especially on this, because I try and hold other people to accountability, but I know what they're like.
Yeah.
But us guys, we
exactly, and we haven't had a Liverpool conversation for a long time. We thought we'd leave it till after they play Chelsea on the weekend. But so look, if you're looking forward to all of that, like, comment, subscribe, share the video.
Algorithm.
Do what you need to do. Now we'll get into Arsenal. Have to start there with their win at the weekend
race.
And after review,
West Ham number 19
I
saw
they're
just talking about the parade. I saw an Arsenal shirt with the after review on the back, like the white kit after review on the back,
talking about a potential parade.
Potential parade.
Job's not finished. But 100%. After review, Arsenal get the job done. In what I think both of us can only describe as true Arsenal fashion.
For the guys that have been here, would say a prediction.
Yeah.
Guys that know, guys that have been down with the pod, they would know that we've predicted the stumble over the line. And what could that look like? This is what it looks like.
Well, I didn't think the stumble looked like
asterisk.
This is stumble, fumble, trip twice.
I didn't think the stumble would look like this, but I knew the stumble would feel like this.
When James Harden drops the guy.
And he's looking at him.
That's us on the floor.
Yeah.
But James Harden misses the three.
It should be the best bucket of all time.
Yeah, it's not just a fumble. Look, true Arsenal fashion, drama everywhere. And that was after Man City won on Saturday against Brentford. We're not going to talk about that game, but just to reference it, the gap was 2 points leading into this West Ham game. And a lot of people looked at this West Ham game as potentially Arsenal's toughest test yet to go. Probably, I think the only team we're going to face really fighting for something, desperately needing the points. So before we tuck into the game, though, we're going to start at the top of the show with an announcement requested by our boy Nick.
Oh,
Nick, we appreciate you. We appreciate the opinions. We appreciate the support. So at the top of the show, we're going to do this. Now, after the City game, we came on here, Arsenal Crisis Meeting. If you haven't watched that pod, go and watch that pod. And I had said that my stance on Odegaard had changed. It changed after the Carabao Cup final. Pep demonstrated that players like Odegaard are invaluable. And then in the Man City game, Odegaard played pretty well. So I came on here. I also said that I've had a lot to say about Odegaard negatively. I've had some sweeping statements about how far this team can go with him as captain and what this team can achieve. And I came here after Man City and I said, look, that's all put to bed. On Odegaard, I've learned and I understand now. Now, Nick's happy about that. Nick's been the Odegaard guy through and through. Michael, open the doors, Nick said. Let the world know.
I do.
Your up and down roller coaster with Odegaard.
It's really been up and down.
Where is
it?
It's
really
now?
Been up and down. I do, for Nick's sake, and Nick is right to call me out. For Nick's sake, I owe Nick and Odegaard an apology. For a very long time, I've been like, when after the Bournemouth game, we were at Nando's, we were going back and forth about the state of the club, what we need, who we don't need, some of the attributes that we would like to bring to the team, all this kind of stuff. And I never actually thought that this Odegaard was dead. I just didn't think that this Odegaard had a part to play in this season. Yeah, so I owe Nick an apology because Nick has always been, don't believe the psyop. It should be Eze and Odegaard. It should be Eze and Odegaard. They're as important as each other. He's been team Odegaard. He has something for us this season. This is all going to come off the back of what Odegaard can do and turn up and all this kind of stuff. And When was this? Sunday. Sunday, he did just that. Guys are saying 80th to 83rd minute, Odegaard. West Ham
The
away.
comps are out.
Deserves a statue, deserves all praise, will never be forgotten. We will love you.
I think the phrase from Nick was "Don't speak on my captain."
I've still got issues with that, but as
not today though.
Not today.
Yeah.
But as you were saying after the Man City game, you had your sort of epiphany. You realized how crucial Odegaard is to this team. I would say something similar, but it wasn't necessarily the City game.
The cup final.
The cup final,
yeah.
And
which Odegaard didn't even play.
I can't even put a pinpoint date on it, but in the last 2-3 weeks, baby, like it's really just washed over me how my, at the time, let's just say, for lack of a better word, hate for Odegaard was purely funneled and fueled by my expectation and then what was happening in reality. Arsenal have a number 10. His name is Martin Odegaard. He was put in KDB conversations and all these kind of conversations in seasons gone by. He's hit 15 goals a season. He's been our supreme creator. And then now it's just like...
Best player in the Premier League.
Best player in the Premier League. And now it's just like 18 months of meatiness. Saka's been injured. When your Odegaard's injured, Saka steps up. When Saka's injured, Odegaard is being meaty. So that was my thing on it. And now, after my
which isn't wrong.
And after my revelation of just like, I'm always going to hate Odegaard if I look at him as a 10. How we judge 10s in the game, how we expect 10s to get goals and assists or be this very creative, which is ironic because this is Odegaard's best performance because he's got an assist.
Mm-hmm.
But like how we've been judging them, I can't put that on Odegaard because that's just not the player that he is. He isn't the guy that's going to get you 10 and 5. He isn't the guy that's going to... He get you assists, he always does, but he isn't the guy that's going to like... I should expect like Cam numbers, 10 numbers from, same way Bruno or Cherky. And Bruno's not, I wouldn't say like a traditional 10, but those guys that play as the second striker, number 10, those guys that go out there and get the numbers and go out there and make things happen, that isn't necessarily what Odegaard is here to do. So I have to apologize in that respect. Because
also at the same,
killing him.
Yeah, at the same time, I made this point to you the other day, like, I've always been with you. I've been vocal on this pod a lot of times about Odegaard being an 8 and the Bernardo Silva
you
team.
have.
But ultimately, Mikel Arteta is playing him in the 10. So what do we have to judge him by? The standards of a 10.
And it's not even just the standards of the 10, because I agree with that point. It was also the standards that you had previously shown us. Like, you've shown us that you can get goals, 15 goals, no penalties. You've shown us that you can be this supreme creator, metronome, control the whole game type stuff. And Odegaard, there is no hate. There is no shame. There is no like negativity on Odegaard. He was immense against West Ham. But obviously it's just one of those things where, because you've shown us all that stuff, because you've become our club captain, one of our highest paid players in the club and stuff, I was kind of expecting some consistency. I was kind of expecting that not every week, but at least every other week.
Yeah, I think because I don't really know if Mikel Arteta is going to move him to an 8 position. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But
what the summer says.
Yeah, but my thing is that Odegaard, he can be the 10, yeah, and we're not asking for Bruno Fernandes or even Cherky numbers, even though he's shown he can do that. Like you say, if we ask that from him, we'll always
be disappointed.
But a 6 and 8, 6 goals, 8 assists, a 7 and 7.
And
so it is because also learning now about Odegaard and what he is and what he brings to the team, that 6 and 8 or that 7 and 7 won't be the story of his season. He's so great outside.
He adds a lot more to it.
But if you are the 10, as you say, we can't just start saying, no, there's no expectation to score
1 and 2.
Because that's giving him too much leeway.
1 goal and 2 assists, 3 assists is like, we're happy to just be like, that's the best player for us.
There still has to be a bar if you're going to play that position.
And for all the praise that we've given Odegaard and we'll continue to give Odegaard as we sort of discuss what happened, it's funny that, and look, this goes back to Nick, he's right, the psyop. I actually have sort of never been more sure that Burnley is an Eze game than it is an Odegaard game.
Both of them, it should be.
Yeah, I agree. But it's just like, Odegaard has excelled this season. Like, his best moments, his best cameos have been off the bench when we've already done 60 or 70 minutes and the other team is sort of tired, and he comes on and he has supreme technical ability. Yeah, so those have been his best moments this season, and I think Burnley are going to turn up and try and sort of keep the score down, try and be rigid, try and be this, try and be that, and I just need more shots in the Burnley game, I think, than I do need like what's it called, field tilt.
That's why I think play both of them in midfield.
No, and I agree.
For Burnley.
I agree. The psyop shouldn't overcome this. Like, they should both play. But I think after a full sort of 38 games now, I think they've shed the pitch for the Liverpool game.
Yeah.
For the Liverpool game, which was like the third game of the season when they both came on as a sub. When we were 20 minutes, when we were a goal down. I think those might be the only 20 minutes they've been on the pitch together. So as much as I don't believe the psyop, Arteta clearly doesn't think it can work together. Like, be it in midfield, be it as it out wide, be it this, be it that. I think Burnley have nothing to lose, so you have to worry about them. And it's not like, I don't think it's going to be like a steamroll team. You just run over Burnley. But I do know for sure that if we get a goal within the first 20 to 25 minutes, we'll win that game. Yeah. Whereas if we don't get a goal within the first 20 to 25 minutes and we get to the half time and it's 0-0, but we have had chances, nerves kick in and Arsenal become Arsenal. Yeah. So I've never been more sure about needing shots on whoever the Burnley goalkeeper is. I forget his name. I need his hands stung. Within like tipping stuff over the bar. I need him, calling out his defenders for not blocking the cross, all that kind of stuff, which I feel like Eze brings in abundance, as opposed to Odegaard, obviously playing very well and he's in form. So I understand if Arteta would start him, but I don't need a busybody. I need end product now. And we've just said that as much as we appreciate Odegaard, I can't judge him on end product. I can't judge him on actual goals and assists, because we've put him in the box now of your game means so much more. You're the creator. You're the metronome. You're the
But you still need to chip in.
You still need to chip in. But now it's like that's like next season talk. This season is just like.
Well, I'd lack a couple.
This season.
Yeah.
As I say,
it's not like you're giving me loads this season.
It's not giving us loads this season. But I like, for example, the only way I can describe it is, if Odegaard has 3 shots versus Burnley, I will be amazed.
2 of them over the bar, 1 of them saved.
I will be and that's the best outcome of those 3 shots. Well, obviously the best outcome is a goal, but like, that's why I think the outcome will be of those 3 shots. But I will be whereas Eze, he had 3 shots in 15 minutes.
Eze is the non-negotiable. Eze has to be in there. But I think for Burnley, play Odegaard as well. But look, before we actually move deeper into the game, just to give Odegaard his props for this game now. All season, us included. Where is the captain? Pressure. Rival fans, everybody talking about it. Where is the captain? When is he going to step up? When is he going to demonstrate the minerals that he deserves to lead this team? All of that stuff. And on Sunday, when he came on the pitch, he demonstrated all of that. Like, from top to bottom, he's a leader. He can influence games. He can win us games. He can stand up when the pressure is at its highest. And when it matters the most, we need the cool, calm. Gary Neville described it pretty well. I think he said in that moment of the game, it was high temperature, back and forth. And Arsenal needed someone who could come on and just bring a bit of ice cold. Quality, man. And that is exactly what Martin Odegaard, before his play for the goal, he plays 2 beautiful passes
to Noni and Havertz
to put us in, and then obviously, and people might think that what he does on the goal is easy, but every touch has to be perfect.
Super serious.
Has to be
the goal. The goal is so not even just the goal. That whole passage of play where he's demanding the ball, he's trying to get on it, he's trying to make
forming the triangles.
He's telling Mosquera, chill, bro, chill.
That's the other thing, because of Pep. Now I'm looking at Odegaard do that stuff, and I'm like, wow, the IQ. The way it's moving,
bro. It as I say, this isn't an Odegaard hate day, so it can't be. But it's like sort of semi. I've seen you be a bitch in several games. Where has this? You have this.
Yeah.
You just have this streak where you're gonna step
more annoying.
You're gonna step up and you're gonna take responsibility and you're gonna tell guys, team on my back situation.
But
we're driving
the only
forward.
important thing today is that he stepped up.
He stepped up. As I say, it can't be there can be no slack, honestly, for any Arsenal player. And to the moment, as I say, we're jumping around a bit, but because when Odegaard made that assist and obviously he helped Trossard, it really, for me, brought things like full circle. Like he was damn near the last player that hadn't had a moment this season, where I can be like, yo, those 3 points, that this game or this stretch of games or whatever, that's you. Like, I feel like I can point to anybody else, Raya, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber, even Ben White has had a good couple games. Anyone in the starting lineup who's played regular games for us, even Martinelli's got Champions League thing, like, I can point to them and be like, yo, you're the reason, or you've definitely contributed. If you need to look back over where things went right for you this season, you have this 5-game stretch. So with Odegaard having that little assist, it's like, yo, this team has worked so hard. Like, everyone has tried their absolute hardest. And we've obviously criticized guys, we've come on to guys, we've praised guys, wherever it might be. But I don't know, I just had a full circle kind of moment when Odegaard made that assist, where I was looking at everyone and I'm like, damn, this team has put everything into this.
Yeah.
Like, has put everything into this, despite how it looks, despite what I feel and have felt over wins and losses. And even if we don't win it, obviously I'll still be here to cast out Arsenal and all this kind of stuff, but I can't say that it was for a lack of trying. It was for a lack of trying, or, Odegaard's come back, and as much as we can get onto him about injuries, he's come back from like 6 injuries, bro, to give us that moment. He's come back from like 6 injuries, fight through whatever he's fought through to give us that moment.
We heard about it with Saka. We spoke about it last week about Henry saying he's playing through the pain and he's not even training or whatever. We don't know the situation with Odegaard. It could be pretty similar, but he's doing everything he can to get out on that pitch and behave like a captain.
I'm not complaining, like Saka did not come and tell guys, I'm injured, or I've only got half a hamstring, or like
once I cross that white line,
exactly,
I'm open to the crit. So look, just wanted to do that, and may as well have finished on the Odegaard point there because he influenced the game. There's no 2 ways about it. He changed the game. Look, moving deeper into the game now, because it wasn't all hunky dory. Yeah, the first 20 minutes were great, but after 20 minutes, Ben White gets injured, and Mikel Arteta tries to big brain it. He tries to big brain it and put Declan Rice at right back and bring Zubamendi on, and he somewhat got lucky because West Ham didn't capitalize in that 25 minutes before.
I do feel like if it was several other teams in the table that had a serious level, and some of it was not bad, but I had like a serious sort of left winger that was getting at guys, I feel like we could have been punished.
Agreed. So
we were ropey.
Yeah. And so he got lucky somewhat, but then at halftime he corrected the mistake. So fair play, he noticed it, because the first 20 minutes was all Arsenal, was just camped in West Ham's half, and that changed kind of. And why Arteta is doing that in match week 36 in the most important game, like I said, I can only describe that as Arteta trying to big brain it. So
really and truly, though. That's the only way to put it.
I don't know why he's done that. I can't explain that. We're here on a football podcast. We're meant to be football guys, but I actually can't explain that decision. I'll go into the depths to try and explain some of the stuff Pep does, but this one is just I can't. Yeah. So after that, come out second half. Second half's a bit of a different game, and it feels like a proper. Obviously, titles on the line, but it feels like that sort of some of the games we've seen in the past.
Honestly, from Ben White coming off and Declan Rice going to right back all the way through to the final 15 minutes, I thought we were going to lose that game. I genuinely thought we were going to lose that game at West Ham. And after City had dropped points at Everton, I was so confident we were going to beat West Ham. Yeah. So I was even more annoyed about this big brain stuff, because when we hand over initiative and momentum, but we struggle to get it back. It takes us 30, 40 minutes to get back momentum. Yeah. So that's why I was so annoyed. And that's why I felt so cagey. Yeah. Because even though Arteta's corrected things and brought Rice back into midfield and Zubamendi's there and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. I don't know what it is with us. I guess it's just the pressure of the game. Everybody knows how big this game is. We know that we need to win it. No one wants to make a mistake to give away a goal. But I genuinely, for these minutes that you're talking about, from minute 20 to minute 75, 77, sorry, 80.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought that we were going to lose the game just on some, I don't know.
Yeah. Look, the second half, West Ham were definitely coming into it more. And that sort of game, again, true Arsenal fashion, if we'd scored in that first 20 minutes, similar to what you're saying about the Burnley game, you can be pretty confident that we'll win that game, yeah? But because we haven't scored in the first 20 minutes, the home fans, the stadium gets up, they start to believe more, the players start to believe more, the later it goes. Obviously, get to halftime, come out halftime. Now, the last 15 minutes, which...
Standalone.
If you're an Arsenal fan, your heart rate could have been so high it landed you in hospital to then come back down to then the Turkish thing was can you not see his hand is on his arm? It was killing me, yeah. But Mateus Fernandes goes through off and actually a good bit of play between him and Pablo, a nice 1-2. The ball lands at Mateus Fernandes, and the way you described it to me, I thought was perfect. So just tell the people how you're feeling.
No, but time stood still. I was saying it was do you remember the Igor Thiago chance versus Brentford where Mosquera said to clap, come back. He's every time someone makes a comeback, you know that scene in Dark Knight Rises where he's got the rope around him and he's got to make the jump to get out. That's Mosquera making a comeback to kind of grab Igor Thiago. He's just got to leap, dive for it. I don't care. Take the rope off me.
I think that's the best tackle we've seen this season, honestly, still.
That's the tackle that Mosquera. He's in.
Because then he tells him the only guy that did it without the rope.
Mosquera's let go of the rope. Mosquera's just gone for that regardless. Hell on fire. I need to get something on this. Yeah. But it was that moment timed like 1,000. Like it took
because Gabriel's already dangled this.
Oh man, Gabriel! But as soon as he's like they've played the 1-2 with Pablo. Honestly, those 3 touches that Matthias Fernandes takes, it's 30 minutes, man. Like the goal, I just feel is gaping. There's just so much time. Time has stood still. My eyes are just wide open. What is going to happen? And I knew, guys, I was watching Filthy. They were like, "Oh, I think Arsenal with the right changes could have come back still." No. If that had gone in in the 77th minute,
I wouldn't even expect us to get to a draw.
That's the title. Over. That's us done. That's our second again. Ole ole. Like those are the dark times that ensue. So it's a massive moment, man. And we've podded for years now. We've spoken about margins on several occasions. I was telling you about Ange and stuff and how, because he doesn't have set piece goals and all this stuff, these are the margins. But like, honestly, those are the margins. I mean,
Heung-min Son and Ortega.
Same
margins. Like, didn't go our way that time.
I this happiness or this exuberance that we have right now, like these 3 days that I've had sunshine, it's good, you know, like it would have all been dark days. It would have all been dark days if Matthias Fernandes hadn't finished it. And I don't know, I have half a dozen, like 6 of each, half a dozen of the other, whatever that expression is. Like, it's a bad miss he should score. If any Arsenal player was through on goal, I would expect them to score. And I'm not even necessarily saying that it's a great save, but I'm not necessarily saying like it's a greater save than it is a bad miss. But I don't know, like I think it's a pressure moment. You know?
I think that's what I was going to say. Given the circumstances, everything that's riding on this game for West Ham and Arsenal, and Matheus Fernandes going through, it's a bad miss. It's a poor miss. Because if that's any Arsenal player,
we're killing them.
Like Havertz missed a harder chance than that at the Etihad. Yeah, both of them, the header and the 1-on-1, and I was still on to him that he has to back one of those. This one, I'd expect, I mean, we're talking about Odegaard not getting goals and whatever. I'd expect him to bury that, and I'd be vexed if he didn't bury that. So it's a bad miss. But at the same time, I think there is an element of, and the goalkeepers never get their kind of just
credit. Yeah.
that there's probably so much that David Raya has done
mentally
in those 3, 4,
Not
5,
moved.
3 seconds, whatever. Maybe moved one way, come back the other way, like try, because Mateus Fernandez, it seems obvious to go to the far corner, but for some reason, and Raya does stick his leg out this way to stop it in case it comes near post and it hits his leg.
Massive, man.
Like if you had a goalkeeper with experience and history of the game, whatever, he'd probably tell you how all the things that Raya has done to make that save. So I think, and look, it's a poor miss. Fernandez needs to score, but on the Raya side of things, I mean, Peter Schmeichel was telling him he could be PFA Player of the Year. Guys are mentioning him for Ballon d'Or. But
no, Ballon d'Or.
Hey, if Spain win the World Cup,
he needs to be starting for Spain.
Because Unai Simon's De La Fuente's guy.
I don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, if we win like a Premier Champs, then things have to change. But
look, Prem alone, things should change. Even without the Prem, things should change.
Yeah, but it's just the PFA Player of the Year shouts. I can understand it because the other guys from the Arsenal team that I mentioned in Rice and Gabriel and have had ups and downs in their forms. Obviously, a lot more ups, but there have been a space of 2 or 3 games, as may be expected with an outfield player and the amount of work that you have to do. That you drop your level for a bit. But David Raya is probably one person that you actually can't say he's dropped his level.
No, David Raya has been unbelievable this season, and I was never I was never a David Raya doubter or like a David Raya naysayer. I was onto Ramsdale from time. I was all this kind of stuff, yeah. But I actually also got to be honest. I didn't think David Raya would be, and I don't have him in there yet, but best in the world convos. I didn't think that. Like, I thought David Raya would be a very good keeper. I thought David Raya would be better than Aaron Ramsdale. I thought David Raya could be good enough to win us the league and stuff, But I didn't think that there could be like we're knocking on Tebow's doorstep, and maybe I don't have him. I don't have him there yet. Tebow's obviously the guy, but just this sort of, as you're saying, PFA Player of the Year and stuff. I didn't even have him there. Like, I didn't have him PFA Player of the Year.
I didn't. But when they raised the point talking about the other Arsenal players that have maybe dropped off,
no, and I agree with that. And the reason I think he potentially could is because, and I know it's meant to be for this season, yeah, but when you start saying back to back Golden Gloves, and it's like, it's not that David Raya just had a heater season and we won the league. He's been very good for 3 years now, 4 years, 5 years at Bournemouth, if you include those times. And obviously it's all culminated into potentially his best season. But it's honestly amazing. And I feel like Arsenal, I didn't know how awful our keepers were until David Raya came, really. Like, we've had a slew of bad keepers, bro. Not bad keepers, because they're not, but
bad keepers.
Meaty. Nothing above average in terms of keeping goalkeepers at our squad. Like, when guys are saying, is he the best keeper since David Seaman? Is he better than David Seaman? All this kind of, like, you've got to go back to David Seaman.
Well, I was going to say, because I was thinking about this the other day, David Raya, is he the best Arsenal goalkeeper you've seen watching Arsenal?
Yeah, for how many times?
Let's say post Jens Lehmann.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah,
no, because it's Szczesny, so Spino, is Leno, is and there was stuff that we just didn't think an Arsenal keeper could do, like save penalties. There's stuff that double saves. Szczesny's made 1 or 2 double saves.
Yeah.
But like
Szczesny's second.
But exactly. There's just stuff that we're seeing somewhat regularly now that we just never saw before. Or even just like, well, a keeper doesn't throw 5 or 6 goals into the back of the net.
Yeah.
Those were standard, those were mandatory. We knew that was coming.
100. Look, I think even David Raya made this point in an interview I saw him do the other day. I think Arsenal kept 17 clean sheets or something in the Premier League. It's insane. I think he was saying that the clean sheets is that's a team.
Yeah, of course.
Because the whole team defense, he was like, for him, it's more important to make saves, make big saves in big moments, and forgetting about the clean sheets, and also kind of drawing on your point there. I didn't think it was possible for an Arsenal goalkeeper to really just save points on a consistent basis.
Yeah, literally.
Petr Cech might have done it once or twice.
Come on. Yeah. We can't mention Petr Cech. We can't mention Petr Cech. I was about to say, John Terry told us that Petr Cech is the kind of keeper that will save you 8 to 10 points a season. But it turns out that's David Raya 10 years, 20 years later.
Yeah. Petr Cech would cost you 8 to 10 points. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't think that was possible. And when you look back at, obviously, the Minte save comes to mind, the Sharda save comes to mind.
Man.
They mentioned the Garnacho one. Remember against Chelsea?
Cunha!
Cunha.
Match day 1. That's going in. Any other keeper, that's going in.
Yeah. Brian even mentioned the Embremo one from that day.
Oh, is it?
The header. Yeah, the Garnacho one. There have been loads throughout the season that, are just they're top saves, and they're what your keeper needs to do. So he's made that save. We've gone down the other end. Odegaard's had his bit to play, and 25 games without a goal, goalless in 2026. But when it comes, it's gonna be
Leo,
big time.
Yeah. I was saying it wasn't gonna be against Burnley.
Yeah.
It wasn't gonna be against Burnley. The Trossard.
I was saying I needed to lose the Champions League final. No. I love it now. Leo.
I just love Trossard so much, man. I just love Trossard so much. He is Mr. Clutch for us. He is the big, do you know what it is? Yeah, Trossard's the guy in the NBA who he isn't a starter. Yeah, you got your starting 5, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Chet Holmgren, all these guys in there. Yeah, but it's the fourth quarter. It's 3.5 minutes left. And you're wondering, you're like, why does our coach just keep running plays for Trossard?
He's sixth man of the year.
Exactly. But there's a starter who's actually on the bench. Not in this case, but in terms of the NBA analogy, you got your starting 4 out there, and then you've got Trossard because he's got the clutch gene.
Yeah.
You got the clutch DNA.
Yeah.
That's who he is. Yeah. You pan out corner 3, he hits it big time. I just feel as if, and I was saying to you a couple of weeks ago how, any other club, for the output that Trossard has given us over these 3 years, he leaves bare minimum with an FA Cup, bare minimum with a Carabao, just something to write home about. Hey, play for a big club, scored these goals, won these trophies, full stop.
Yep.
Yeah. So for Trossard to step up like that in the biggest moment, for Trossard potentially in his last season at Arsenal, to he himself say, I'm not going out with just a community shield, bro. I've been there for 3, 4, 5 years, and I'm not going out with just a community shield. It's so good. And got to give credit to Mikel Arteta, because you mentioned earlier, he fucks around with the subs. Rice on, Zubamendi, this, that, Mosquera. What we do is Skelly's left back now after 3 weeks of just midfield only minutes, and So I've got to give credit to Arteta, because it could have been so easy to take Trossard off. I was 50-50, yeah? I was like, I didn't really want to see Eze come off, and Eze wasn't having the best game, but he's one of our better players. Keep him on the pitch, bring Odegaard on, keep Eze on, move him to the left wing, just get technical guys on the pitch, and
especially when you consider that when this goal was actually scored, Eze and Saka
off the pitch. Yeah, it's
Trossard
big,
had been left on.
It's big. It's a massive call. It's a massive moment. You got 5 subs to make, and as I say, Trossard he's a starter now, but he's not been a starter the entire season.
Well, he hasn't scored in 25 games.
Exactly. So I do have to give Arteta his credit for that, because it's crunch time and he's trusted our guy, and it's come up big, it's come up clutch for him. And we've spoken many times about the Trossard squirm, squeeze, underneath the keeper's hand into the back of the net, all of that kind of stuff. And above anything else, well, maybe not above the goal, but above anything else, I love the celebration from Trossard. The beating of the chest, the run into the just the double to the fans. It just it means more. It really does mean more. And you can't highlight Trossard enough in any of these campaigns that we've had with him, because he's done his job.
100%. He's been so important, so vital. And look, those first 6 months of the season, he was our best attacking player.
Exactly. We already already given him the grace.
Right? We said it then. All right, look. So after the goal goes in and we're 1-0 up, see this out, 10 minutes, right? And we're halfway there, 2 more games.
I didn't think we scored at the perfect time, though. Yeah. I thought that, this is our game plan, right?
And then see this out.
Yeah.
So West Ham get a corner late on. They actually get the corner from a terrific Gabriel block when Callum Wilson tries to bring it down. A terrific block, and then the corner comes in, chaos in the box. There's probably about 6 bodies on the floor. There's probably about 5 different fouls going on. Briar fumbles the ball. Saliba passes it to Callum Wilson, and Callum Wilson buries it to make it 1-1, 2 points dropped. West Ham fans going mental. The stadium's going mental.
West Ham fans in general.
Okay, yeah. Fans
Football
in general.
fans.
Yeah. All going mental.
Neutrals.
Yeah.
Unbiased opinions.
Yeah. They're all going crazy. Even Tottenham fans. You'd think, yeah, we're doing you a favour here. But yeah, then talk about a foul. Referee goes over to the monitor and VAR. Well, I still can't believe this.
I still can't believe it either.
And after you sent me the audio, it got even worse.
No, I couldn't believe
how
that,
fucking
bro. I couldn't believe
and
that.
look, Darren England and Chris Kavanagh, I will always remember your names. Fantastic refereeing. Fantastic.
Brave, as Arteta said.
These 2 referees, Darren England and Chris Kavanagh, I will not speak a bad word on again. Yeah. Stamped. I remember your names. Thank you for your service. Now, before we get into the audio, because the audio is a bit worrying, like the fact that Arsenal's title, and the Premier League title, and West Ham survival, and Tottenham, and everyone that has something staking on this game is decided by 2 guys who very well can just look at this and think it's not a foul.
But we'll get into it.
Not look at it properly.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Whatever else. So, yeah, before we get into the audio and everything, I think it's pretty unanimous that everyone agrees it's a foul.
It's a foul.
The only person I've seen say it's not a foul, I think, is Rio.
Yeah.
So that tells you.
Is it?
Yeah, Rio was like, he said this crazy. Oh, and Joe Cole. Yeah, the 2 of them. Joe Cole, obviously, West Ham through and through.
Defoe.
Did Defoe say it as well?
Monday night.
Yeah, West Ham through and
Defoe
through.
was like, Jamie was killing me. Defoe was like, I think that's just a natural position for the arm. Jamie's natural position for the arm.
It was funny because Jamie was like, the only people that don't think that is a foul are West Ham fans and Manchester City fans. And then Defoe starts laughing because he plays for West Ham. He's a West Ham boy. Parsons Green, I'm pretty sure, is where Defoe's from. So, yeah, look, unanimously, I think it's agreed that it's a foul. People have an issue because they feel like Arsenal have got away with this stuff all season and Arsenal are the instigators to all this and whatever. Look, fouls on the goalkeeper are completely different, but it's the whole debate around it is illogical to me because why start a VAR conversation or a conversation about the errors of VAR after a correct decision?
I know.
Like start the conversation or have the conversation about VAR.
An egregious error. Yeah.
Wrong this. Why it's illogical to me to have that conversation after you've just seen and everyone can agree that the only reason the conversation is being had is because people don't like it because it's Arsenal. People don't like Arsenal. They don't want to see them succeed. Do you know my funniest? Well, not my funniest, but like one of the takes that really made me laugh on this was from that James guy. James Walcott, something like that. And I don't watch too much of his content, but like he was calling into question why keepers are protected. Yeah, and I don't necessarily find that premise laughable or funny or anything like that. Maybe it's something that refs and guys can look into. Yeah, but that's been football exactly
for 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 years. Yeah. It's been football for like this isn't like it's a new rule that Arsenal have exploited or like this is just something that we've never seen before or this or that. We and football, I say we as in like football fans in general, football players have known forever their keepers are exploited. Yeah. And I do genuinely believe, and / the rules kind of say this, if a keeper is impeded in his ability, like the keeper is the only person in the box who can go out and grab the ball. Yeah. So if you impede him from doing that job, yeah, with a foul, arm clutch, whatever it is, it's a foul.
Yeah.
It's a foul. Same way, if a striker is going to shoot and you run into the back of him and you do whatever it is, like the ref is liable to blow that for a penalty. You know he's liable to blow that for a penalty.
Yeah.
So you take extra care in the box and stuff. Yeah. So that was why I found it so funny is like when guys start calling almost traditions, like footballing traditions of 100 years into into question, like why, like philosophical questions of, but why are goalkeepers protected?
I mean,
That's when I'm like, well, the why it is a good question, but it's not a question for today
yeah.
because it's been that way for 100 years. So it's either a foul or
Because also, if you want to ask that question, it's irrelevant to Arsenal and West Ham and what happened in this. It's completely irrelevant. You just have that conversation somewhere else. And look, I wasn't watching football then, but the rumors and the stories are that Peter Schmeichel used to get all the decisions.
Is it?
That's what they say. Peter Schmeichel used to get a single touch, and it used to be foul. It could immediately.
That video that someone put up the other day of Peter Schmeichel before they had the pass back rule. Oh, that's dark, bro. Like
I actually haven't seen that.
it was when he's Norwegian, Swedish,
Danish.
yeah. So it was when Denmark were playing one of these Euros way back when. This was before they had the pass back rule. What he would do is he would take like a goal kick, essentially pass it to his teammate, who would just pass it back to him, and he'd pick it up.
Was that the World Cup when they fixed that game? Denmark, I think it was Denmark, and someone fixed the game because if they drew, it meant that both of them
would go through.
Yeah, and then they changed it after that so that all the final group games were at the same time.
At the same time, I don't know if it was that specific game because I'm not sure of that knowledge, but it was there was a comp going around of just essentially Schmeichel taking goal. They were winning the game. Schmeichel taking goal kicks to his teammate, passing it straight back to him, and Schmeichel picking it up to waste time. So they invented a rule saying that you can't, if a deliberate pass back to the keeper, you can't just pick it up because as an attacking team, what can I do? You're just going to pass back to the keeper. You're just going to pick up the ball and hold it.
Pointless.
Hold it for another 30 seconds to a minute and then kick it.
Yeah.
So look, we know Schmeichel's our top hater.
Yeah,
we know he's one of our biggest haters and stuff.
Although he's a Raya fan, it seems.
It beats me. But the philosophical questions about VAR, rule books, like keepers and all this kind of well, some of these suggestions of we shouldn't allow players in the 6-yard box. I'm like, yo, how have Arsenal brought the game into disrepute?
Like this. Yeah.
Guys are saying that we shouldn't allow guys in the 6-yard box for corners.
Yeah.
You have to start your movement. What are we gonna say? Like, there's a 3-step rule, like as NBA.
Yeah. You can't be in the paint for more than 5 seconds.
There's a 3-step rule so that like you can only challenge a header of 3 steps and a hop.
Yeah.
To make it fair for everyone else. Like, where are we?
They're trying to say any holding will grab a penalty. But look, I just think all of that conversation about VAR in the future and what holds is just irrelevant to Arsenal. It's none of us care. It's not Arsenal's problem.
I don't think VAR cares either. I really think that Howard Webb enjoyed that game, enjoyed VAR being the topic of discussion, enjoyed being able to come out and justify his refereeing decisions, release the audio. Gary's talking about refs was calm and they've explained things really succinctly and all this kind of biggest decision and they've got it right.
And obviously he said in a pod that Darren England was
that he made a mistake
VAR for Liverpool Tottenham, the Luis Diaz goal that got ruled offside. So fair play to him. But look, overall massive win. But I will say one last point on the audio. The audio. I thought it was a no-brainer decision when I saw the replay. But the audio let me know that we were whiskers away from being gaslit again. If it wasn't Darren England who spoke first, saying let's have another look on Raya, like that was it. That's the margin. Yeah, because if they'd said, I don't see a foul there. Trossard's fouling him.
Yeah. Like even if, because Darren England's asked a question, he's like, look, I think he's been impeded. What do you guys think? And everyone's kept quiet. Everyone's kept.
The other guy's gone, I don't like what Trossard's doing. Forget about Trossard, bro.
That's the margin. You want to talk about the margins and this but that's the margin.
Agreed. But with VAR, it's like you said you were looking at it and you were like stonewall decision, whatever, and it is, yeah. But the thing with VAR is I feel like I just don't know anymore because I look at decisions and I'm like, yes, don't.
Yeah. And we've been gaslit before.
And I just don't know what's coming.
I'm still on that Saka Neuer penalty. I can't
Yeah.
believe we've had so many shit decisions in the Premier League in any other competition, but like I can't believe that they gaslit us into that's not a foul. Saka's dived. He's dived. He's
thrown his leg into Neuer's. Yeah. But I actually think the Eze's one is worse because they gave that.
Eze one?
The Atletico game.
Oh, yeah.
Penalty. The Neuer one, he didn't give it.
Yeah. That's never getting overturned.
In the Champions League.
That's never getting overturned.
But yeah, overall, Arsenal go 5 points clear.
It's a great win. We did what we need to do. And I think that's the sweetest sentence. That's when guys say, well, Arsenal found a way. Yeah. That's the sweetest sentence about the West Ham fixture. Because it includes VAR, because it includes Trossard, because it includes Odegaard and all this other stuff, yeah. Ultimately, we did find our way. Kept a clean sheet. It's nuts, bro. Yeah. It's nuts. Shout out to everyone. As I said before, everyone's given their hardest, man. It's not a lack of effort thing.
And like you say, even though Mikel Arteta tried to big brain it, he corrected it at halftime, and his subs ended up winning him the game. Obviously, Odegaard coming on and leaving Trossard on the pitch. So fair play to him. And Arsenal 5 points clear. Man City obviously playing tonight. And Arsenal are 2 games away. They win their next 2 games, and they'll be Premier League champions. So that's where we're at right now. But on Monday night, resulting from obviously West Ham losing, and you could see the scenes at the London Stadium, West Ham players, I think Nuno, from the camera on him, it felt like Nuno felt like it was done.
It was done, yeah. Even the way they asked him at the end of the game, and he was just like, look, we're going to keep on fighting. We're going to keep on trying. That's what we do. It's our obligation. I was like, damn, bro.
I think Nuno thought, that's it now. It's gonna be too much of an uphill battle and a task. But lo and behold, Daniel Farke, I asked you for one more, and you provided, bro. I'm not gonna comment.
No, you got to give his assistant coach. I don't know if his assistant coach is because Farke wasn't even there for that game. I mean, obviously Farke's done the tactics. No,
he gave Madison a hug. Yeah, when Madison came on.
How come? Oh, maybe he was ill because I saw the pre-match presser, not day presser, but like in the stuff they do day before, and it was like his assistant coach.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Oh, is it?
I don't know what it is because there's a video of because obviously he managed Madison at Norwich.
Oh, yeah.
Because he came back on. But yeah, look, Daniel Farke, I'm not going to talk negatively on go back to playing Russell Martin ball.
Daniel Farke, you know that meme? Daniel
Farke.
Yeah. Say it again. Daniel Farke.
It's the way he talks as well. Daniel Farke. Okay, so and therefore, Nuno's he's thrown the towel in, really. Because he's expecting Tottenham to go and pick up their 3 points. Daniel Farke turns up to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where they are still winless in 2026 at home. They've won 2 home Premier League games all season still.
That's crazy.
With only 1 more left to play.
That's crazy.
They took the lead. Great finish from Matthias Tel, who then tries to do a bicycle kick in his own box and kicks Ampadu in the head.
My brother was saying it's not a penalty.
No, it's a penalty.
He's kicked him in the head.
He's kicked him in the head. Ampadu even posted on Instagram afterwards. He's got like scars here. So Calvert Lewin steps up, makes no mistake, buries it.
It's a great penalty, bro. It's a great penalty.
Shushes the Tottenham fans. DCL Hive. Loved that. And the game finishes 1-1. Now that is
Kinski, great save though.
Great save from Kinski. Great, one of the saves of the season. At first, I thought that had just hit the crossbar.
Great save.
And so Tottenham could have lost the game, not to be Jason Cundy, but you could have lost the game.
You got built from that. You got built from the fact that you weren't behind.
You were never behind. You see that what I said? But look, I think it's a really costly draw for Tottenham because Tottenham fans would have been looking at it. Beat Leeds 4 points clear. It makes that game at Chelsea at Stamford Bridge a dead rubber.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we can lose that one even if West Ham do their job.
Get a draw on the final day. Win.
Tottenham exactly. Tottenham just have to win on the final day, and they're at home. Obviously, like I said, not that really seems to mean much this season, but now, and Tottenham fans will tell you, it doesn't matter what's on the line. Who their manager is, who that they could have Luis Enrique,
exactly. They could have the title.
They could have Kvaratskhelia. They could have Dembele. They could. You could tell Tottenham fans pick the best 11 in world football, and you can have that team go out there to play at Stamford Bridge. And I think Tottenham fans will still not be confident that they can win that game because of the whole history of that fixture. So Tottenham fans now having to go to Stamford Bridge and really needing to get something from the game. It makes it West Ham, man.
I think
they've been given life.
No, West Ham would be given life because West Ham would be great if they won at Newcastle.
They have to.
I don't know if they need to win. I think Tottenham are going to lose to Chelsea.
What's it now?
Yeah, so it's 2 points because of the point. So I think Tottenham are going to lose to Chelsea. Yeah, a win obviously at West Ham, like it brings it back. Tottenham in the relegation actually if that happens.
Chelsea post FA Cup final.
Yeah, it's in the relegation if that happens. But because I think Tottenham are going to lose to Chelsea, and if West Ham can even get a draw at Newcastle, bring it back to a point. Yeah, then you're asking Everton obviously to beat Tottenham on the final day, but West Ham have Leeds at home. I think they can beat,
or not even beat Tottenham, draw. And Everton's away record this season. Everton are still fighting for Europe. That's another problem for Tottenham.
Everton are a better team away from home than they are at home.
My
manager will tell me.
And they're still fighting for European Conference League, whatever they might end up with.
Whatever it is for West Ham, you just got to get to a scenario where you don't lose a Newcastle to put all the pressure sort of back on Tottenham. Yeah, where they don't play well at home, where they don't turn up. They've got 2 wins all season, as you've already said. So there isn't an indication that just because it's the final day of the season and they need to stay up that they're going to win that game. Agreed. That pressure might crush them.
Agreed.
As opposed to build them. Especially if you leave it up to refereeing decisions, a penalty here, a red card there, whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I do think though, because I think if West Ham had got that point against Arsenal on the weekend, a point at Newcastle would have been all right. But now that you've been given this life,
you think they need to win? I just think, I think you need to not lose because I think Tottenham will lose.
Yeah. If you lose, a draw is still, it's all right. Like you say, it will close the gap to 1 point before they go to Stamford Bridge. But I don't know. I think the difference between Tottenham being in the relegation zone,
I hear you.
And then, and if West Ham beat Newcastle, all they have to do
is not lose on the final
day.
Because
it's not in West Ham's it's not in West Ham's hands, but if they beat Newcastle, I think it may as well be, because Tottenham will lose at Chelsea.
Yeah.
And then it's just about, if West Ham win on the last day, they're safe. And the other reason I'm saying it is because as much as it's St. James's Park, and I respect St. James's Park for the big 6 fixtures and all that, Newcastle have been terrible.
Yeah,
they threw away a lead again on the weekend. I think West Ham, you've been given this lifeline. It's all or nothing in that game. You win that game, I think you stay up.
Yeah, if they win that game, I think it's a real possibility. And I agree with you. Obviously, winning is better than drawing. I just feel like West Ham have to not lose that game.
Yeah.
Give themselves a chance to take it to the final day so Tottenham can bottle it.
Yeah.
And the reason I think it's dark times for Tottenham, even though I think ultimately Tottenham will stay up, the only reason I think it's dark times is because I saw that Reece James and Cole are back.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if Chelsea were fielding non-Chelsea DNA players. After a 6-game, 7-game...
Andre Santos.
6-game, 7-game slump. I'm like, maybe this is the year that they just don't lose. Because I still don't think Tottenham are going to go into that game and win. But, they might just not lose at Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
When I saw Reece James back out there and I saw Colwill back out there, and I was like, well, Chelsea moving it about a bit at Anfield and getting on it, and Casado's pulling strings.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh, this doesn't look or feel good for Tottenham.
Agreed.
Because
the proper Chelsea lads.
Yeah, the proper Chelsea lads. You literally want anybody else back from fitness other than Colwill and Reece James.
Yeah.
Other than Colwill and Reece James.
And the way JP's playing. But Colwill, Reece James, JP, they all have to play on Saturday. Yeah. Reece James came on against Liverpool. Those were his first minutes back from his injury. That was Levi Colwill's first start. So obviously, assuming they both play in the FA Cup final, are they both going to play 3 days later? They might both start on the bench.
They might, but I think it's coming down to a pride thing as well, a little bit with Chelsea.
But I agreed, which is why I think someone like João Pedro might start both, or Cole Palmer might start both. But those two are just coming back from injury.
No, and I hear it. Colwill, I'm not sure if he should do 90 in the FA Cup final or whatever it is.
We did 90 on Saturday.
I know. I'm not sure if he should do 90. And also the FA Cup final, we don't know. Maybe Man City are 2-0 up in the first 45 minutes, and this is let's just, you know. Because I don't think Chelsea are going to win the FA Cup. if they win the FA Cup, I think they might draw or lose at Tottenham.
Mm.
But because I think Chelsea are not going to win the FA Cup,
Yeah, they need to bounce back.
like Chelsea fans will say, at bare minimum, just beat Tottenham for
Yeah.
us. Like, we're not going to win a trophy, abysmal season, going to finish ninth, like all of this kind of stuff. But at bare minimum, can we be proper Chelsea and put Tottenham in a compromising position?
And it's their last home game of the season.
To laugh at them later.
Yeah.
So,
but all that being said, to me, that game at Stamford Bridge, similar to the one at Villa Park, Tottenham won at Villa Park because De Zerbi was their manager. Yeah,
I think De Zerbi's done a good job, honestly.
I don't think there was any other reason, because I think even with the changes that Emery made in that game, and obviously a lot was made about that, I think if Tottenham had a different Thomas Frank or Igor Tudor, I think they would have lost that game still.
I do think Emery's a clown, though.
He is a clown, all of that, whatever. He's probably about to win a Europa League.
I think he's a clown, man.
Look, I'm looking at that Stamford Bridge game, and I'm like, De Zerbi, this is where you make your money. Tottenham paid the bag.
Yeah, second highest paid manager in the league.
They paid the bag for you to be here. This is where you make your money, because I've seen it firsthand. We talk about the De Zerbi bop, with Colwell mentioning him, seeing it at the Emirates. If De Zerbi, you make your money in this game, you come with the game plan, you set it up right, and you could get something. I'm looking at De Zerbi for that game.
And look, I think De Zerbi's done a brilliant job, because I was seeing the other day on MNF, they were like, Tottenham have got 7 points out of their last. Well, this was before they played Leeds. It was 7 out of 9.
Yeah.
So now it's 8 out of 10 or whatever it is.
12.
Yeah. So that's because no other Tottenham manager this season was getting that.
Yeah,
was getting those points. Yeah. So that is a really good record, but I just worry that the fight is actually going to appear for Tottenham, because Leeds was safe the other day.
Yeah.
You have Leeds at home. He was safe. Farker's been out ill. Farker's just come back. Like, I just don't know if you can't show fight versus Leeds, is what I'm saying. And Tottenham weren't awful in that game, but if you can't show fight versus Leeds and get the job done and results, just get it over the line versus Leeds at home, who are safe and have nothing to play for. Yeah. Why are you going to go and beat Chelsea or draw versus Chelsea? Or why are you going to go turn up on the final day versus Everton, who are better away from home and they're still fighting for Europe?
But it was a similar thing with Villa Park.
So that's why I get onto Emery, because I think Villa Park and Emery, I feel like they've handed the game to Tottenham, damn it. And I know the as you say. But
even so, before that game, like you're talking about Tottenham and their record and stuff, I almost would have been like, Emery could put out any team here.
So that's what it felt like. That is what it felt like. But that's why I say Emery's such a clown, man. Such a clown. Like.
But De Zerbi still going to get done.
So I give De Zerbi his credit, his praise. 8 out of 12 great returns is why I think you'll stay up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be a similar thing. Callum McFarlane could switch it up from FA Cup final. All these lads are tired. It could be a clown show.
It could be a clown show. We have nothing to play for. I have no stake in this. All this kind of stuff, yeah. But I just worry that I can't really give, as much as I give De Zerbi and Tottenham credit and praise, I felt like real minerals is beating Leeds, who are like, if Leeds was still had a chance of getting relegated, I'd say a 1-1 draw is good. That's a good result.
Yeah.
But it's because they were, because of the VAR and our game and all that kind of stuff, safe. Certified safe, you're in the Premier League next season.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't think Leeds should be sticking it on you and what's the guy's name that hit the post? Longstaff. I don't think Longstaff should be crashing the post. And Willie Nonto be terrorizing or you
can't be coming away from that game saying we were lucky not to lose.
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. Is because if you win that game, this little 5-minute segment that we've just done, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
so
the podcast is shorter.
I just don't think that I just can't bank on Tottenham's minerals turning up.
Yo, look, never.
Pause. Yeah,
never in Tottenham's history.
I just can't bank on those minerals turning up.
I banked on that
in these last few games.
But that's why I'm not putting it on Tottenham Football Club. I'm not putting it on Tottenham players because they're Spursy. The club is Spursy. De Zerbi deserves credit.
Make
your money in this game.
De Zerbi deserves his credit for what he's done already.
I'm looking. It's not Tottenham's minerals. It's not the players' minerals. It's De Zerbi's minerals. That's. And I'm not saying De Zerbi's gonna do something.
Yeah, I know.
I'm saying I'm looking at you.
I think De Zerbi is bold and brave in almost every game and every scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just comes across as that manager. But it's not even the season. It's the Leeds game that I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna tell because like that's the perfect time to end the narrative about games won at home, to end the narrative about this and that and this and that, and you've got DCL rocking it into shushing the crowd.
DCL
shushing the crowd.
Yeah, because Leeds are safe
with more goals than Salake and all these guys. Come on, man.
But yeah, look, that's going to be interesting. I think all eyes on Sunday, West Ham, Newcastle, because like you say, they just need to make sure they don't lose, because if they do lose, then Tottenham can lose at Stamford Bridge in this. Yeah, so all right, look, I mentioned Liverpool at the top of the show. Been getting away with it a bit. Their season so far, what are they? Fourth because of Villa. They got away with it last week. Booze at Anfield, heavy booze at Anfield on Saturday.
2-time booze. They said, what was it?
The Engamore sub.
Yeah.
Well, half-time,
Engamore
sub
and full-time.
Heavy booze.
From the team that always backs the manager. And
the manager's
you never walk alone.
Yeah. The booze for Engamore were ridiculous. Obviously, Slot come out afterwards and said that he asked him to come off because he was injured and whatever. But
I'm sure
before we get into Liverpool, and obviously because it looks like Slot is staying, and what that might look like. I mean, to be fair, we can actually join these conversations, because I'm not gonna let the season roll by without having a final conversation and statement on Florian Wirtz. And what Florian Wirtz has offered up this season. Because I remember Mesut Ozil.
Speak on it.
I remember the flack Mesut Ozil used to get. I remember even Christian Eriksen used to get flack when he would put up decent season. Coutinho used to get flack and he would put up a decent season. Pepe. I mean, Odegaard, you look at the crap that Odegaard's been given even by us.
This season, he's probably still got more goals and assists.
Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, Eze, Rodgers recently. All of them, But none of them cost 120 million, 150 million, whatever it was.
Biggest ever signing.
Yeah. And we said at the start 10 and 10 bare minimum, whatever. We kind of knew that wasn't. I mean, at least me, I was setting him up to fail because I knew he wasn't going to do that. But this period from Jan to March, and I mentioned it to you, when all these Liverpool fans were saying we're seeing Florian Wirtz now and he's picking up and he's having a good moment. And then it was funny, after they lost to Man United, Jamie Carragher was like, the best way I can describe Wirtz is a luxury player.
He was like the word neat and tidy.
Neat and tidy, not been good enough, luxury player. Liverpool have too many of those. So, I mean, where do we stand on Florian Wirtz's first season?
Bro, biggest flop. Anthony, move aside. Sancho, move aside. Sancho, move aside. Lukaku, you can rest.
No, Sancho, no. That's personal, Sancho. I'm not there with Wirtz yet, but
he's in that combo. And
100%.
And I only say that because to what you've just mentioned, bro. I remember how we felt when he signed. Serious business, 150 million. Liverpool putting a marker down after winning the league. All of that kind of stuff. Same with Isak, can loop them in. Like, he's been injured, but you can loop them in. It's abysmal. It's poor returns. It's awful. And you know what? I think the most interesting Wirtz question is, how much of it is Wirtz? How much of it is Slot? Like, Wirtz hasn't done enough. Be it as a winger, be it as a cam, wherever it is, whoever he's partnered with, whatever's been going on, he's not done enough. Yeah. But when Slot signed Wirtz, I thought he had a plan for Wirtz. And I'm just not sure if he actually really did have a plan for Wirtz, or if he just wanted a player of that quality and ilk and sort of.
But like you say, Wirtz has played in multiple positions, and that tells me, because at the start he was a 10. And then Liverpool were on that run. They won the first 5 games, later on, whatever. Then they fell off, and then the fall off kind of continued and went on for it. And then Slot had to change things up. So I think Slot's plan was to play Wirtz as a 10, and obviously then it didn't work. But then to your point, I feel like Slot has played him in multiple positions as an opportunity to give him the minutes
Mm.
and show me what you can do. So I've played you in the 10 at the start of the season in your preferred position, and it's not worked, and you're not doing enough. But I'm not going to sacrifice you. Yeah,
I'm
just going to put you out here.
I'm
On the
move
right,
you.
we've seen him. False nine, we've seen him.
Yeah.
Left, we've seen him. I feel like Slot, in that sense, has given him, and I get your point, mate, that's probably not best for Wirtz to play off the right, to play false nine, but he's been put there because the team wasn't, and he wasn't playing well.
And I agree, but I think if you sign him as a 10, like rather than move him here, play here, if he's not doing the business as a 10, bench him for a couple games, get him up to speed, change some other stuff around, because if you spend 150 million, 25 million on a player, that isn't like a play every position player. That isn't like that's a build your team around, build your squad around player. And it's not even a Salah thing, because it's not like they spent 150 or 20 million on a player that plays in Salah's position. Salah was always going to do what Salah does. Yeah. In the sense of like, I just want to finish off the attacks. I just want to be at the final end of things. Yeah. So that's not necessarily, I guess, look, it's a system you have to accommodate for, but it's not necessarily anything that like you didn't know already. You didn't have to move that piece. You didn't have to shuffle things around. You've got Salah, you've got Van Dijk, and now you spend 150 million on Wirtz and Isak. So every other piece should just be accommodating for those sort of three main pieces.
But and I think that's what Slot was trying at the start.
I agreed. That's what he was trying to do, but I don't know if he really had I guess maybe his plan A didn't work, so he just sort of was scrambling. But I just don't know if he really, like, if you have a plan, show some follow through, just stick with that plan. Like the whole left wing, right wing, false nine thing. And agreed, this is not to take anything off Wirtz, bro, because Wirtz has been awful. Awful. Biggest signing, best signing in the Premier League. He's coming off the highest stocks, damn near, that any sort of player could have. So, like, I'm looking at Wilson, and I'm looking at Smith Rowe, and I'm looking at some other guys. Like, I think you've had a better season.
Yeah.
Well, obviously Wilson has, but like, I'm looking at some other guys. Reece Nelson for Brentford. Maybe Reece has done more for Brentford. Brentford are all fighting for European positions.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it's never just on one person, because the primary job of the manager is to get the maximum amount of the players he has, and Slot hasn't done that with Wirtz. Yeah? But also Wirtz has not demonstrated that. I mean, I feel like Slot has treated Wirtz as if he's undroppable, which is calm the price tag, whatever. But then I feel like Wirtz needs to repay that.
And I don't even think the flashes, because he has scored a couple of goals, he has had a couple of nice halves, but I don't even think the flashes of quality have been like build team around quality. You know?
Yeah.
Like Ozil and all these other guys who we've mentioned who should be in a sort of similar ilk. Like, for whatever guys wanted to say about Ozil, the peak 90-minute, 60-minute, 70-minute performance from Ozil is 100%. Like, build your team around this.
Yeah.
No question, no doubt.
By anybody. No questions by anybody.
No doubt, no nothing. If he can only give you 70 minutes, you build your team around
to win the game in 70 minutes.
An incredible player that can only give you 70 minutes.
Yeah.
I just don't think that Wirtz has been that, has pulled up those trees.
There's no doubt about that. But just to potentially bring some balance to the conversation, obviously there's this thing about first season and adapting. Now, a lot of people won't want to hear that because of the price tag, but just if we are being unbiased and neutral and whatever, we always say that's not Wirtz's fault, just like it's not Rice's fault that he was bought for that much. It's not Caicedo's fault. Wirtz can't control the price tag, so potentially he still needs another season. Now, I don't know about you. We're probably in the same boat on this, but I'm still not questioning Wirtz's quality.
Yeah, I'm not.
Like, I still think that he has the potential to be one of the top players in the league. Yeah. But next season, Wirtz has got to understand what's at stake next season, because another poor season, and I do start questioning the quality, and then it maybe becomes a thing of, in a couple of years, Wirtz goes back to Bundesliga or something and he tears it up, and then it's like, okay, well,
you're just a Bundesliga player,
right?
Your team over now.
Even me, who wants to have the conversation on Wirtz and everything, can say, I'll allow you the season to adapt, even with the price tag. But next year, if I'm not seeing the quality, I'm gonna have to start down.
I agree with that 100%, and I also still think that Slot should have done a better job in telling fans that Wirtz isn't a 2025-26 signing. Wirtz is a 25 to 35 signing.
What do you mean?
Like, he isn't for this season. He is for the team for the next 10 years.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like, that's the only way you could have got me on board with the, like, well, this season's been poor, but the next 9 years are gonna
yeah.
But the next 9 years are gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that has been echoed enough, because I agree. If you spend 150 million on a player, immediate expectations, immediate impact needed. Yeah, but if that isn't happening, you got to tell guys that this is a franchise guy. Hey, it's not, wait on it. You don't see what I'm seeing in training, and especially because Slot is staying. Yeah. And maybe I'm not tapped in enough to Liverpool press conferences. Maybe he is saying all of this kind of stuff, but I needed to hear more sort of unapologetic, unequivocal backing of Florian Wirtz. And he's not left him out to dry.
Yeah.
He's not left him out to dry, but
Slot doesn't really do that.
He doesn't.
With
but
anyone.
I think if you spend 150 million pounds on a player, you should back him. Yeah, publicly and privately, and he's definitely backing him privately, but publicly, you should come out and say, "Hey, look, guys think I signed Wirtz to do the double, to do the back-to-back. No, I signed Wirtz because I think he's going to be a great player for this football club for 10 years." Yeah, and fans can get on board with that, and you know, they can just do with that what they want.
Yeah.
But that's my thing. It's one of those things where Wirtz isn't getting enough. He's not being highlighted enough for the poor season that he's had for the money that they've spent. And I don't think anybody cares about Wirtz, which is kind of mad. Like, Liverpool fans and biased fans, haters, whatever it is, like, we're all just like,
nobody seems to be bothered.
No one seems to be bothered. Even the Isak thing, yeah. It's got to feel weird for Isak, despite the boos not being for him or about him. It's got to be weird to be a £125 million signing, force on move, final transfer deadline day signing.
Yeah.
And guys are booing you because a 17-year-old, 16-year-old is coming off for you.
Yeah.
You scored 20 goals, you scored 18 goals, you scored however many goals, in the last 3 seasons. Isak's probably got 50 or 60 Premier League goals alone. Yeah. And guys are booing.
They chased you all summer.
Guys are booing at the fact that they're bringing you on for a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to just be weird.
Yeah.
It's got, like, regardless of the season that you've had and what's gone on and all this kind of stuff, like, guys aren't happy to see you play minutes in a dead rubber game versus Chelsea, as opposed to this 17-year-old who now everyone has as, like,
Max Dowman.
And Rio's quality. Rio's talented.
He's fair.
But, like, it's just that, for me, says so much about where Liverpool are this season and what has happened this season. And because it's Liverpool, and we've discussed this off air, they're a big club, but they're not a big club, but they're a big club.
Yeah. I agree. I think regardless, even though the boos in that situation were not for Isak coming on,
exactly,
he's still part of it. Like, everything that's gone on in that situation, he is a part of it. He's standing on the touchline to 60,000 Liverpool fans booing
at home.
Yeah, regardless of whether that is for him or not.
They need a goal in this game.
Just the fact that Liverpool Football Club, Isak, is in that situation.
It's crazy.
Is crazy. Agreed. And look, there'll be massive pressure next year on Liverpool and on a Slot, because it looks like he's going to stay. So we'll see what business they do in the summer and what happens. But look, the last thing we're going to talk about before we get to tweet of the week, which I actually forgot last week.
Yeah, damn.
I actually forgot to bring it up last week.
Have a look.
Before we get there, the biggest football club in the world, the most box office football club in the world, has started a fight club.
Well,
allegedly.
Well, if you listen to Perez, this is every year.
Yeah. The Real Madrid fight club, Tchouaméni and Valverde seem to have a falling out. Allegedly, Valverde slipped and fell and hit his head on the table.
Valverde's tweet did kill me. I did not hit him. Yeah. He did not hit me. I just have a concussion.
I slipped and fell. Valverde had to go to hospital for brain trauma. Must have been a heavy fall for day. But Flo Perez coming out with saying you have to shoot me to get me out of this club. He's calling elections. He's doing all the mafia mob boss stuff.
That was it. That was funny.
And Madrid have gone trophyless again for a second season. Kylian Mbappe seems to be on holiday 3 weeks before the
He
end
also
of the
seems
season.
to be doing something. There's a lot of cryptic
Did you see the
stuff.
Mo Salah gym pick?
No, there's a lot of cryptic stuff. Because
Yeah.
even Kylian Mbappe was like he didn't play the Barca game. Obviously they got beat, but he's posting. He's in the gym.
Yeah.
Working out.
We remember when Salah did that.
I'm like, well, Jude's also just posted about a team sheet without you, and then now you're posting when the team's losing, saying that you're, like, where are we?
Well, my question is, all of this is going on. Yeah. Fede and Germany falling out, trophyless Mbappe problems. Is Mourinho the answer?
I have not controversial, but I have maybe. I think he can be, and I think Mourinho is going to surprise people, and I don't think it's a risk. Full stop. It's a big risk. Full stop. But I don't think Mourinho is as washed as people say he is, and I also don't think that Mourinho needs to come in and be this tactical big brain guy that Arteta is sometimes and stuff. I think Perez has gone for Mourinho to get a hold of that dressing room. Yeah? Kind of like when Zidane and these guys were in charge, Mourinho and Zidane couldn't be more different as managers. But the one similarity that they will have is absolute respect from the dressing room. Yeah. So it's not a thing of like Mourinho's come to do tactics boards. He's come to tell guys, yo, this, that. Obviously, he will do that, but these are the biggest personalities in football. I need you to do this. Like, you're the runner, you're the goal scorer, you're this, you're that. So it's a big risk because he could be washed and outdated, and it could all go so. And he could beat Vinny on the first day.
Yeah.
Where are we? Type vibes.
Oh shit! Yeah, the Vinny thing with Benfica, all that. Yeah.
He could beat Vinny on the first day and all this kind of stuff, but I think as a focal point in the dressing room, we can get rid of the Mbappe dictatorship. We can get rid of Jude Hive. We can get rid of Vinny Hive because Mourinho is just going to get rid of all of that stuff.
Yeah.
He's going to be the biggest voice, biggest name, biggest brand in the dressing room. And so everyone's going to have to follow his lead if they want minutes and stuff.
Are the personalities in the Real Madrid dressing room going to accept the Mourinho's the big dog?
So that's a question, and I think they will, because I actually think Mourinho's downfall. I don't think Mourinho likes this new wave of professionals, these like TikTokers, tweeters, these vloggers,
rappers,
all of these in the studio, all of these guys.
Jude does a YouTube series.
It does, but all of those guys who play for Benfica or play for Fenerbahce or any sort of team that's going to finish in the Premier League between 3rd and 17th. Yeah, all of those guys I don't think Mourinho can get that job, and I think he can fail at that job because he won't be able to connect with the players in the same way. But because this is Real Madrid, because this is meant to be the top of the top of the top of the top, you listen to the Gareth Bale interview that he did with Roy Keane. I don't know how, like, Mourinho should have been needing to tell guys not to TikTok or not to do this or not to, like, this should already be the cream of the crop, like the top of the top of the top. Like, he's looking at Valverde and he's looking at Mbappe, Vinny, all these. You've had 2 seasons without winning a trophy. That's why I'm here. Like, I shouldn't have to tell you to run hard, train hard, whatever. Don't tweet out the lineups. Don't do a random interview in the middle of the season and start just, cussing out guys and talking about tactics and stuff. Like, all of this stuff that he has to deal with, or potentially have to deal with, the likes of Garnacho and I need my minutes and I'm leaking team sheets to my brother and all that kind of stuff that modern football players do. I don't think Mourinho will or should have to deal with that in Madrid, because this should be, like Bell was saying, the 11 best players in their position in the world.
Yeah.
With absolutely everything to prove still.
Yeah.
Because you've just come off 2 trophyless seasons. So in that respect, on that essence, I think it can help Mourinho that he's going to Madrid, that he doesn't have to. There's bullshit with Madrid because it's a big job, but it shouldn't be internal, like, beefs and stuff that we've seen this year. There should be next season.
Yeah.
There should be no like cryptic Jude posts, cryptic Mbappe posts.
But do you think that like that should be the situation regardless of the manager, right?
That should be the
but do you
situation
think
regardless of the manager.
they're more likely to get on board with that with someone like Jose?
Exactly, and that's my point. Is obviously this season that like leadership. I think if Mbappe wanted Alonso to stay, he would have stayed. I've said this, yeah. And I think next season it's on the vibe of, well, I'm the biggest dog, I've got the biggest name, I've got the biggest brand. And Mourinho still has unfinished business in Real Madrid. He's got to win the Champions League there.
Yeah.
So I think it is
that would be fucking crazy. That would be crazy.
He's got unfinished business.
Yeah.
But I think it is a interesting move. And I think ultimately I'm more happy about the move or positive about the move because all of these other names, Iriola and who are good managers, I think can get chewed up and spat out by their dressing room.
Yeah.
Can fall to victim these Marsa, these Spanish games. Or we've said this about.
I mean, forget Iriola and all of them, man. Xabi Alonso
fell to the game
and Madrid legend.
Exactly,
that was one of the big plus points.
A league winner, all this kind of stuff. Yeah, I just think Mourinho's been around the block for too long. He's too long in the tooth. He's too long in the nose. And if you and if you don't respect him in the dressing room, he will. I was remembering.
Yeah, nobody's gonna be above Mourinho.
He came to in his prime. Iker Casillas bench.
Yeah.
Done. You're done here.
Diego Lopez.
This was prime Iker Casillas. You're done
Spain's
here.
Number one.
Ballon d'Or, Kaká.
Wasn't Iker Casillas Real Madrid academy? All of that,
bro.
Yeah.
He was the guy. Focal point. Yeah. You're done here.
Spain captain.
You're done here.
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or winning Kaká. Yo, I've only got bench minutes.
That one was nasty.
I've only got bench minutes for a guy. Like, so it's one of those. It's a get down or lay down thing with Mourinho.
Yeah.
And whoever isn't gonna get down on what Mourinho is on.
Yeah, and it won't matter if it's Mbappe.
It won't matter.
My thing on this is, firstly, I'm for it. I want to see Jose Mourinho be the Real Madrid manager next year because I think that's just good
box
for,
office.
Good for football.
Yeah. Mourinho versus Flick.
Yeah, even Champions League, bro. Like, what if Real Madrid, Man United are going to be back there? Mourinho taking Real Madrid now to go play Man United at Old Trafford, Michael Carrick, whatever. I think it's good for football. I think, like you say, box office. I think Mourinho will be entertaining, especially at Real Madrid. Like you say, El Clasicos, Mourinho's bringing that vibe. Mourinho will talk his smack before games and he'll cuss out.
Do you know what I did here last time? 100 points.
Yeah.
100 points.
Yeah. So, firstly, I'm for it. Secondly, I agree that he's not as washed as people think he is. But I have doubts about him being able to achieve the major honors at the biggest clubs, right now, because of what I've seen from him in the last 10 years.
He's got to prove it.
Starting from Man United, he was at Man United and afterwards. But that's not to say he can't do it. Those are just the doubts that I have. But in terms of a Real Madrid manager, and we've had many a conversation about this off air, and Carlo and it being a man manager, and I'll put Camera at left back, and I'll play Cruz, Modric, Fede, Tchouameni, and Jude, and Vinny. I'll get them all out.
I'll bring Joselu from somewhere. I'll get into a level.
Carvajal will be the best right back in the world again. And the Carlo man management thing was it literally era-defining success for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
So then obviously Arteta did what Arteta did to Carlo, and then Flo Perez was like, we need the tactical, we need
and here we are,
the guy who can match that. And on the training ground, everybody defends, everybody attacks, and Xabi Alonso, it didn't work for him. Yeah. So I think that almost kind of, and I said that at the time, I was like, I don't know if the tactical guy, like as much as Arteta's done this to Carlo, I think he probably should have just kept Carlo, right? But obviously, because it was Champions League and that's Madrid's tournament, and it's mad how the fallout from that Champions League final last year. But yeah, we were saying that conversation before. Is this the thing that the Madrid players will get behind and the Madrid players will look at and be inspired by? And it turns out it clearly wasn't. Jose Mourinho is of that mold of Carlo, and my doubts about him winning those things comes from whether or not he can get the players to love him.
Okay, agreed.
Because if he can get the players to love him, I think it could be dangerous. Yeah, what Real Madrid can do. But in the last 10 years, he hasn't been able to do that with. I know he won the Conference League with Roma or whatever, but he hasn't really been able to do that. And the personalities in the Madrid dressing room, if Jose has to make a big call when he decides Mbappe's not down with us, and I'm going to drop him there, and Mbappe's included in the changing room, or Fede, if he whoever it might be, that maybe gets dropped out of the team, and then there's whispers and whatever. But if he can get those players to love him, and run through brick walls, the John Obi McCall music been killing,
mate.
You've only been here 5 minutes, mate. You've only been in the football club 5 minutes, mate. If he can get, and the way John Obi Mikel talks about Jose, like if he can get that from Real Madrid,
but that's my thing. My thing with Jose is it's John Obi Mikel, it's Cesc Fabregas, it's some of these guys that have won the biggest trophies in the game. We have such high praise of John Terry, bro.
Yeah.
He's got such high praise of Jose. Frank Lampard got such high praise of Jose. I think that's the Madrid mode. I think those players are the Madrid players. They could be Valverde, they could be Rudy.
But like you say, the TikTok, the vlog, that has coincided in the last 10 years with Mourinho,
and that's his downfall. And that's why any club between third, to be fair, it can happen at Arsenal, but like any club that doesn't have ambitions to win it all, like the pros in the dressing room aren't necessarily there to win it all. And as much as they will say
just say Iwobi in them.
Yeah, but no, as much as they will say it to the cameras and they'll say it to whatever, I'm here to win all this stuff.
Yeah.
I think Valverde, I think Thibaut, I think Mbappe,
Rudiger.
I think all those guys are still there to win it all. Like, and so those 2-hour conversations that Jose is going to have with Mbappe and with Vinho are going to be everything. And I think they will try for the first 6 months, 5 months. He's got to see results quickly, but the only reason I give him credit, and I don't think the last 10 years matters so much, is because you can't bring Roma experience to Real Madrid. You can't bring Benfica experience to Real Madrid. Like, it's a different dressing room. It's a different set of expectations. Regardless of Jose's expectations, the expectations of Real Madrid are to win the league and the Champions League in the next 2 years. Yeah. So whether they bring in Jose or not, those are the expectations. So, and I think Jose is one of the only guys that might get 15 players to say, well, this is how we're gonna do it. Yeah. This is how we're gonna do it.
The one thing I will say, you mentioned Iker Casillas there. I think when Jose went to Chelsea, I think he did it with someone. Look, I'm nobody to give Jose managerial advice, but I don't think he should go in there and pick a fight straight away.
So that's my thing as well,
because I don't think that, like we're talking about in the current age in the last 10 years. When Jose has done that, he hasn't tended to the Pogba stuff. Do you remember? United
dark. But I don't know. It's 50-50 because I agree with you.
Or you pick it very selectively.
No. I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. But I think that is, maybe this is a bit of hope, but I hope that is the biggest lesson that Jose's learned in the wilderness that he's been in. The reason Jose's not had a top job is not for his tactics. It's because he's not been able to get along with the youthful players of today. Yeah. So that has to be the biggest lesson that he's learned. And even still, with that being said, even during his Tottenham time and stuff, like we watched the doc, some of the 1v1s he had with guys was just legit. Like he was telling Danny Rose, bro, you've just not been good enough. He was telling Dele Alli, you will find yourself out the game. In 3 to 5 years, if you don't do X, Y, and Z. He was telling Harry Kane, you need to push for Ronaldo and Messi type numbers, type mentality, Like, I think all of that stuff, you could see Harry Kane, and this is 5-10 years ago. You could see Harry Kane. He was like, "Yo, Jose's looking at me in the face and telling me I can get 50 goals."
Messi,
you know, and I think he still has that impact on guys, and I think he'll still, and he's got to be able to balance it because guys are going to test him, and the media are going to test him.
But also, those guys
are different guys.
Like the best thing they've ever seen is Jose Mourinho.
Agreed. But I still think that's why I think more so than the Mbappes and the Vinnies who have to hit a level bare minimum. I think some of these other guys, I think Arda Güler,
Thiago Pittar,
those guys. I think they might. I think
one thing he will do
some serious levels.
Hoyson will be a bench player, and he'll bring in a proper centre.
He needs to buy two.
He'll start.
I said this. He needs to buy two centre backs.
He'll sell probably. I can't. He won't sell Tchouaméni. No way. But he might sell Camara. And because he will bring in another physical DM. He will make those changes. And look, man, it could work. It'll definitely be box office. So we'll see if there's any more Ornstein bombers on that.
Yeah, that's funny.
Tweet of the week. Mine is, and it has to be the Casemiro and
I was
Rio
about
one.
to say, man, damn near anything from that interview.
Yeah, Casemiro doesn't even know Jamie Carragher's name.
It's crazy. You don't even know who he is.
Rio did that on purpose, though. Rio did that on purpose.
You don't even know who he is. It's so mad to me.
Did you see the Man United Liverpool when Rio tweeted that picture of the Man United players celebrating in a game against Liverpool?
Yeah.
Jamie Carragher replied to it. Yeah, bro. I know Rio with Casemiro. He was like, "You don't even know who he is, do you?" No, fairs. That was good.
But you know what? It's so funny because Casemiro does know who he is. He just doesn't know how to say the word Carragher.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to say the word
But
Carragher.
also, I think Casemiro was maybe somewhat not mentioning playing like up to it. Some guy said.
Yeah.
Some guy with one major trophy.
Yeah. I've been on this pod for months and weeks saying that Jamie needed to apologize to Casemiro.
No,
and he was out of order.
You've been saying Casemiro needs to throw hands.
Yeah,
it's what you've been saying.
And I know he has apologized, but like I was saying this for a very long time that Jamie was out of pocket.
When Casemiro was like, leave the game. Look at me now. I was like,
I need Cass to get to 10. I don't even like to root for Man United. But I need Cass to get to 10 on his final season.
Well, if he's fit, he'll score at OT in his last game. I might even bet on that. All right, you got the same one then? Or
yeah, I'll give my tweet. It's funny because it's a bit of a video, but you know that the GTA guy, when there were like a week of rival fans posting Arsenal corner goals for us. That killed me. That killed me. But I guess my tweet of the week is just Twitter in general, with the all-out crying and warfare and sort of, but this happened, but this happened, but this happened, but that happened. And I have still not seen a foul similar to what Pablo did to Raya in Arsenal's discography over the last 3 years. I haven't seen one similar. I think the closest one is Bayern Deer.
But you sent me the Ruben Amorim.
Yeah. That's
goalkeeper needs to use his hands to catch the ball.
That's the closest one. And Saliba was cute. He was smart. He was propping his arm up, and then he's removed it when the balls come in. So it's up to the keeper to just come and grab it. He's not held his arm down. You can't grab this ball. Yeah. That's the closest one. So for all the like whatever it is, I am just seeing Arsenal score goals from corners, and other fans. I'm realizing their bookmarks are crazy.
Yeah.
I'm realizing their bookmarks are crazy.
Okay, MVPs and rookies. Now we have to start this section off right. Pay the respect that this segment of the pod deserves. The first two MVPs are Darren England and Chris Kavanagh.
100%, no doubt.
I've also got Marcus Rashford,
league winner,
free kick.
Far
post. I don't know. How, well, I do. It's Marcus Rashford, but I called it, bro. I said last year when he made the move, El Clasico.
No. Serious. Rashford had a good year.
The original BGB.
He's done well.
Cunha, Gordon, Rashford walked so they could run.
I got nothing to say. Barca.
You reckon he's gonna stay?
I think he'll stay.
Barca don't want to pay 25 million for Rashford. Yeah, Bayern. Yeah, they're talking about rumors today about
Gordon
fee agreed 75+ million. Rashford is 3 times the player Gordon.
I think he'll stay. I think this is bullshit.
Somehow they have to find that money, surely.
I did think it came down to if they didn't win the league, I think he could have gone. But because they've won the league, like squad depth is like having Rashford as a squad depth guy is calm. And he's not going to kick up a fuss, is he? So I think he'll stay. It's been a good move. I'm happy for Rashford. Well done. I completely agree with the MVP. I've got Arteta. 3 wins in a week, sending us to the Champions League final. I just don't know if we've
seen that.
Yeah. Never had that.
Yeah.
So he's just an outright MVP. Trossard, of course, no doubt. Odegaard, I guess, throw him in there as well. Just the defense in general.
I've got Bournemouth and Rayan.
Yeah.
Because I think what Iriola's doing at Bournemouth. I mean, if Villa in the Europa League, Bournemouth will play Champions League.
I actually have Iriola as a rookie.
Bournemouth.
I have Iriola as a rookie.
For leaving.
He's made a mistake. Not even for leaving, because leaving is fine. But I feel like he's made a mistake announcing that I'm leaving too soon.
But do you reckon if they get Champions League, he'll change?
U-turn. I think he should, because
he should.
It's just because it depends on it depends on the jobs available to you. Yeah, like, and ultimately Bournemouth can get flame roasted in the Champions League, but every other top club will still see that as a benefit that you have that experience of 3 games a week. And Champions League and Europe and this and that. Like, that's all the periphery top clubs are looking for from Iriola. We know you're a good manager. We know you can set up a team to play hard every week. But can you manage Europe and this, like, and interviews and that?
They're talking about Chelsea, but you'll go to Chelsea, you'll play 1 game a week. So you'll do the same thing. You haven't added something to your resume.
Look, I can't necessarily get onto him because Glasner and other guys have done it as well. But like, it's one of those things where I'm sure he made the announcement when he thought that they weren't going to get it. and now that they're a couple games away from, like, Bournemouth, as you say, playing Champions League football is beyond surreal.
That's why I think Iriola, the managerial performance from him this season,
unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
Bournemouth potentially to play Champions League football. Yeah, like if they get there, he should be up there for manager of the season. All of that. Fabian Hursl's running him close.
Yeah. It's a battle.
Yes, I got it, and then unfortunately, I have to do it. But Sean Strickland, he has to get it.
2-time champ, and not just 2-time. I was listening to a couple of pods and stuff. They were saying that this is like the second biggest upset in UFC history. After some guy beat GSP, some Matt Serra guy beat. But for me, it's just like, well, Sean Strickland's wins are just, it seems like every win is just an upset. Like, he goes against DDP and Adesanya and all these guys, like, it's just killers. Yeah. So for Sean Strickland to be a 2-time champ in the division and the weight class and all the stuff that you're facing, Jamai just racked those guys.
Yeah. DDP.
Did you remember Whittaker? Break your jaw. And Whittaker was a former champ, and Whittaker was cold.
Just got harassed for 5 rounds. Harassed.
So you're 100% right with Sean Strickland. In terms of NBA, shout out Wemby. Wemby's come back with a bang. He's done his thing. Got ejected in the last game. He's back.
Okay, see, or no,
don't care, but I do kind of, I don't know, I'm in a weird phase with the NBA where I'm starting to appreciate a lot of teams that I hate. I don't want OKC to win it, I really don't, but
the PSG thing, you know what we're saying about PSG in the champs, and if they win it,
exactly, that's what it's like, because I kind of do they're a deep squad. I saw the coach, I'll show you afterwards. I saw the coach was speaking about what Shea does. I think they were saying that Shea's only scored 18 or 22 points today. Like, he's at the end of the coach was like, Shea's at the port. Like, everything we do is because they double team Shea.
He
was like, the rebounds that we get is because they spend an extra body double team. The reason that they're tired in the second half is because they spend the whole first half double teaming Shea.
We know that too, the Saka effect.
So on some respect, I give it to, but I don't know. I expected them to be whoever they beat in the first round. I expected them to be the Lakers.
Any more MVPs, or shall I move on to rookies?
Yeah, no, that's it for the MVPs.
Rookies, I've got Southampton as the biggest
Spygate.
Rookies. You know about this, yeah?
I just heard about this, but I've got them as an MVP.
No, because they won yesterday, so they're in the playoff final, but the investigation's still ongoing. And the EFL have said that Southampton will receive sporting sanctions. So if they are found guilty, they will not be allowed to play in the playoff final.
Wow.
And Middlesbrough, who they beat in the semi, will play. Middlesbrough coach and staff and every club have already come out and said that they're going to keep training
as if
till the playoff final because they expect to be able to be in it. And today, the Daily Mail, the Telegraph, the Athletic have released the image of the guy
in the bushes,
taking a photo. That guy is part of Tonda Eckhart. We know him, Tonda Eckhart. He's part of his analyst team, I think. They're taking photos. So
I think it's wrong.
If they get found guilty,
I think it's wrong. I don't think you should do that because you can't gain an advantage. But I also just feel like, how much of an advantage do you gain?
Oh no, I think it's quite a lot. Like, I think if you can see what system, like, bro, if you spoke to Arteta and asked him how much of an advantage is this person gaining by taking pictures at Sober Realty,
no, but
Arteta will
he'll
go on for 3 hours,
few formations, all this kind of. But I just think managers
and Middlesbrough, there was the point about Middlesbrough. One of their best players, forward players, is called this guy Morgan Whittaker. and they were taking photos, and there was doubt about whether he was going to be fit or not.
But
So
he's
they were
training.
like, well, if we can know if he's going to play or not,
It changes
then
a
we
lot.
can know like,
No, I do
there's so
agree
many things.
I do agree with that, and I'm not disagreeing that it gives the other team an advantage. I just feel like football games can be won or lost on some stuff that has nothing to do with formations and tactics and
Agreed.
who's starting and who's not starting and stuff. So
why do it in the first place?
And look, and that's why I say managers can like not always big brainy, but like managers, if you ask Arteta that question, he would talk to you for 3 hours about the advantages. Yeah. But whether or not those advantages actually played into why Arsenal lost said game or did lose said game,
I hear that
is a different story.
But does it matter?
No. So the reason that I agree with the punishment is the integrity, the spirit of the game. That's why I agree that like it shouldn't happen.
It is cheating.
It is cheating.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily know, and I know Southampton won in the end, but if they knew that they were playing a 4-4-2 instead of a 4-3-3, if that was the difference as to why they won, like I don't know
can you imagine what Arteta would tell you?
I know, but managers will always say because they feel they're the most in control of people who are not in control. Like us fans, we have no control.
Yeah.
The players have all the control. They're out there on the pitch, and the manager has the second most control other than the players because he can affect the game.
If Arteta had sent someone to City training ground before the cup final, and they'd see
they weren't working on pressing.
The City weren't going to press, and they were going to hold here as a 4, and they come back and Arteta's got that information. How much do you reckon that might have changed the game?
I know, but then it's still just like, well, O'Reilly is still going to sneak in, and you're like, it's still going to be a player quality thing.
Okay, so they're not going to press us, so we're going to do this, and we'll have this.
No, and that would,
agreed. This player quality.
It would change the game. It would change how the game has panned out. But maybe it's because it's more open. If it's more into Haaland,
and it's funny because have you seen? Tom de Ecker, I think he stormed out of press conferences daily. It seems like it's happened multiple times because they keep asking him. One guy asked him, "Do you think you're a cheat?" And he got up and left.
That's crazy.
These other guys were asking questions. So you're not.
Do you think you're a cheat?
So you're not denying you're not denying involvement in this.
And specifically tell him to go.
And Tom de Ecker was like, the club have made a statement. I've told you guys I can't say anything more. They ask him again. The press officers like, we will only answer questions relating to Tuesday's game. If you ask him any other question, they ask him again. So do you deny your involvement? They get up and leave. They storm out. And to be fair, Tom de Ecker in his press conference yesterday, he was like, I think this is massively distracting and taking away from 2 games that have been a great advert for the championship. And I agree with that because they were 2 great games, right? And championship playoffs are always like that. And it is an advert for 2 teams that played good ball. Middlesbrough and Southampton both played good ball in that game. It was a good game, both legs. But I don't think it matters, bro. As much as it is being taken away and player quality, and Southampton are the best. Southampton's home record is ridiculous this season. Like since January or so, I don't think they've lost at home. Right? They were 10 minutes away from an FA Cup final.
Yeah.
So there's been a standard. Player quality does rise to the top, but then I'm like, bro, just trust your player quality.
But that's my thing. Is like,
you don't need to do all of this.
No, you don't need to do all of that. But I get it. Like with Arteta, does he want to know if Haaland's fit? Does he want to know if such and so?
Of course, you want to know.
So that's why I get it.
But that's part and parcel of the game.
And exactly. So the integrity of the game has been called in question with these decisions. But in terms of like the punishment is basically what I'm saying. Like the punishment needs to be fitting of the crime. Yeah. Though I just don't know, and I don't know what that looks like. I gotta be honest with you, but I just don't know if Southampton shouldn't get a chance still to come up, or I don't know if Middlesbrough, because they've spied a bit, does that mean Middlesbrough are going to win the game? Like, I just I just don't know if that means that.
I agree with you that the impact of as much as we're saying Arteta will tell us for 3 hours and it could be massive, the impact of it could also be minimal. And Southampton, because of the player quality and because they're a better team and they're the second leg at home and all of that, we're going to win anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like, as a manager, if you believe that, you don't need to do all of this.
No, and I agree. That's why. So
like, it's so unnecessary to
even
put yourself, put the football club, put the players in that position.
You've got to be better.
Where you've played you played 120 minutes yesterday to get to the playoff final. Yeah. You have the chance to go back to the Premier League, and it could all be snatched away from you. And Middlesbrough could play in that final because you've taken this unnecessary risk.
That's not worth the risk.
Yeah, Southampton have to get a rookie from me for that, even though they won. I've got Matis Tell.
Yeah.
Because you scored a banger, X-Factor goal, I'll give you that. But then to give away the penalty the way you did. And Unfortunately, I do also have Saliba. You will not get away
because he
with
passed
it.
it.
You will not get away with it on this podcast. You need that perfectly. It's bounced up so Callum Wilson can hit it on the half.
No,
volley
agreed. Villa, full stop, Emery. I just don't understand. There was a couple months ago where it was, the guys were saying with certainty that the top 3 is locked in. We just need to find out who's finishing 4th and 5th.
Title race.
Emery clown.
But
Clown show. No, clown show. Europa League clown show. Because do both, bro. Just do both. I don't think the squad.
But he'll get Champions League and
clown show.
And win Europa League.
No, it's a clown show. So I'm putting Villa in there as my rookie of the week because I don't like what Emery does every year, all years, when it comes to this part of the season. And Freiburg, I hope you have something for me.
Please. Yeah.
I hope you have something for me. Other than that, the goalkeeper for Al Nassr or Al Hilal. Whichever one. Yeah.
Punched it in his own net.
It's just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's calamity.
He's under pressure from his own player. Chill.
And that cost him the title, innit?
Yeah, that's what they were saying. It just looks awful, bro. It looks scripted. 98th minute from a throw-in, untouched by the opposition team. You've just
ridiculous. All right, well, look, that's it from us. Long episode today. We had a lot to talk about, a couple of teams that we haven't spoken about. Next week, we'll talk about the FA Cup final, another round of Premier League fixtures. We'll probably have to do it Tuesday because Arsenal, or maybe not even Tuesday because Bournemouth. And we'll see. We'll see what day we do it next week. But look, thank you guys for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know your thoughts on the things that we've spoken about today. Chelsea fans, let us know if you're going to win that FA Cup on Saturday. And we'll catch you next week. Peace.